February of 2026. Y'all make sure y'all give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. If y'all enjoy the content, I will have a donations link in the description box below. So what's going on for the current energy? Clairvoyant energy reading. What's this called? Okay, so we have Queen of Wands energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of you may be finding your passions again. You may be embarking on a new journey of something that you're very passionate about. Something very significant about passion. Current energy for tonight, for February of 2026. The 9 of fire at the bottom. The 8 of fire. Okay, so this is a lot of energy. Ace of Pentacles reverse. The 10 of Pentacles reverse. The 5 of air reverse, which would be the 5 of swords reverse. The patient man reverse, Pisces energy. The star reverse, Aquarius energy. Justice, Libra energy. Okay, so there's a situation balancing itself out. And you may be finding your passions at looking for different ways in order to balance the energy out for some of you. Ace of Swords. Okay, so this is a damn good energy here. Yeah, this is definitely a good energy. This regards into some of you out there maybe making a right decision. This is something that you're very passionate about, and you may be making a right decision in regards to a situation that don't require you waiting around with the patient man energy, Pisces energy. So I'm not really getting that there's a waiting period. Like someone is not going to sit there and wait around and wait till the last minute to make the right decision in regards to a situation. Okay, so we have Pisces energy, reverse, High Priestess, reverse. Now keep in mind, I label these cards differently because I don't want certain symbolism, even the wording on these cards. This has been keeping the energy a lot more, much more balanced. There's something very significant about regular tarot cards. It's the imagery on them and the symbolism that's on them that I don't really resonate with. I don't resonate with that spiritually. It's the symbolism on them. Now, the tarot cards itself are not bad. It's the symbolism that's on the cards within themselves. But anyways, we have Queen of Hearts, reverse, which would be the High Priestess with the regular tarot cards. This is someone that wasn't trusting their intuition in regards to decision making. Now, if this is something on a legality level, now keep in mind, I'm not a legal advisor, but if this is something going on a legality matter, then this requires someone to not wait till the last minute to make the right decision involving legalities. Ace of Swords and a Justice card. The 4 of Fire, that would be the 4 of Wands. Message of Fire, that would be the Page of Wands, so that's good news. So someone's not hesitating about making a right decision. 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Devil. Capricorn energy. The Mother, that would be the Empress's energy, which would be Libra, Taurus energy. And the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. With the 9 of Wands at the bottom. So this is connected to a situation that has multiple individuals guarded, what it feels like. There's this guarded energy like this, like nobody wants to move with a situation, but yet it has to, there's something that has to take place with some form of motion moving through this situation, because as long as this continues in a reverse pattern, this is not going to get anywhere. As someone is well aware of that this is not going to go how they expect it to go. Someone's going to have to admit to the fact that you was being lied on, or there was some form of malice, setup energy that was taking place with the Five of Swords reversed. So this is going to better to end a lot of conflict for all parties. And I'm also getting the energy of all parties being able to walk away. You definitely will be able to walk away because you're being found to be innocent through a situation. Someone is finally coming forward with telling the truth in regards to a situation that's brought a lot of unnecessary conflict. This is definitely on a legality level. I'm getting that very heavily. And this was a cycle that didn't want to close out with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. There may also be someone that's relentlessly trying to continuously delay this before this reaches a final decision, because there is something on the verge of a final decision being made that's going to go in your favor with the Ace of Swords and the Justice. But you got this energy that's right here that has been involved with this Five of Swords reverse that are looking to try to retaliate at any given way or in any given manner. They're looking to retaliate to try to slow something down even further. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm also getting with the Justice and the Ace of Swords. Now keep in mind, I'm not a legal advisor. I'm getting with the Justice and the Ace of Swords. There's a judge somewhere that has had confirmation and has gotten the full truth in regards to a situation here that has been delayed. This judge also knows about retaliation, somebody trying to retaliate upon you, trying to get you in trouble multiple amount of ways. And this is not going to go how this individual expects it to go. Whoever this is connected to, that's connected to this Wheel of Fortune reverse. This has a lot to do with finances. This has a lot to do with a living situation. It has a lot to do with putting you in despair and this individual playing victim. There could have been multiple parties that was trying to play victim, but I'm getting that this may be a covert. There's a reversal effect here of a covert sting operation. Why am I getting that? Why this may be a covert, undercover, like some type of sting operation. The Eight of Pentacles reverse. Because this is something that was being done repetitively. That's connected to this Wheel of Fortune reverse. Yeah, this was definitely something that was being done repetitively. Some of you could be a Taurus that could have went through this, or this could be involving a Taurus, or just a very fixated energy that didn't want to change with something being repetitive with the Eight of Pentacles energy. Could also be Virgo, Capricorn. But with these two fixated energies here, in like energy. Imagine the bull. And the bull is sitting there relentlessly trying to charge him with a situation, but yet it's not getting anywhere as with doing something repetitively with the Eight of Pentacles reverse. So that right there is a very bull-headed energy, which are representing the negative side of stubbornness. Now, some situations do require to be stubborn. And if some of you has fought against this being delayed, then you was actually doing the right thing by out-stubborning these delays. And some of you could have spoke a lot of truth with the Ace of Swords. You're also being cleared. Your name is being cleared in regards to a business that was being ran that was meant to try to get you in a hell of a lot of trouble with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. You ain't behind this business. Somebody spoke up about that too. You're actually a victim of a scam. Clarify that. Eight of Cups. So someone has came forward and admitted to the truth, even though it may not be something that they're comfortable with, because you have to keep in mind that whoever was behind this Wheel of Fortune reverse that had numerous amount of opportunities to make something right for you is not comfortable with doing things a different way. They're very fixated at setting their ways. But there's something that could have took place maybe a few months back, a few weeks or a few months back that could have really changed. These individuals also have been sitting back watching you fight for your justice repetitively. And they know that you're not playing around with the situation. You may also have individuals in here that may be coming into agreement to help you out and to speak some truth because they see you putting up one hell of a fight with the situation because you're innocent. Somebody that's innocent wouldn't be fighting this hard, bro. That's what I'm getting here. It wouldn't have, how can I say that? If somebody is innocent then they have everything to fight for. This has definitely put somebody in a lot of despair with the star reverse, Aquarius energy. Some of you could be Aquarius feminine. Don't have to be a feminine. You could also be a masculine. Somebody has sat back and witnessed you fight this situation for a good minute. This could have been over the last 10 months with the 10 of Pentacles being in reverse. Something very significant about the last 10 months or the last 8 weeks or 8 days. There's some information that could have came in unexpectedly. With the Devil and the Justice and the Five of Swords being up in reverse, with these two being in the upright, this is a situation that's going to end with someone being incarcerated, what it looks like. For being seen to be doing some hateful, malice things to you on an X-rated level. Queen of Fire. Be Queen of Wands energy. Someone was definitely doing something on a passionate, X-rated level when it comes to a situation. And just give me the vibes of an authority figure that's a witness to that. Someone's a witness to that. This is an authority figure somewhere that's a witness to this. The Hermit. Virgo energy. This individual could have had you on an investigation due to what somebody else was doing, but yet this could easily turn on this other person that has been doing something to you. So this is someone that may be in charge of investigations. With the Hermit card, that's all about an investigator energy. If you look close at that lantern, that's all about putting something on the spotlight to look into something. That's an investigation. So that's an investigator. That could also be a detective. Six of Pentacles. Something in regards to the finances. Six of Pentacles energy. This is also connected to a situation involving this individual helping somebody else. Notice how I'm saying helping in a specific manner. This ain't really help. This is the wrong person being helped out. But yet, look like to me, that right there, there's a lot of documentation and evidence to prove how many times somebody was falsely helped when it comes to a situation that they are connected to and trying to have somebody else get in trouble for the wrongdoings that they have been committing. The wrong person was being helped, and there's evidence here to prove it. King of Pentacles reversed. So this is connected to extortion. So there was definitely a situation occurring with a lot of coercion, a fraud. A lot of coercion energy here. Connected to extortion. Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this is definitely connected to some financial scamming and get-rich-quick scheming tactics that was being used and being done through a situation. Yeah, this right here is connected to a King of Pentacles reverse, or could be Queen of Pentacles reverse. Clarify that. The Strength. Leo energy. So this situation was meant to strong arm you, involving a lot of scheming and scamming and get rich quick schemes going on and all to try to get you in trouble. This was basically a situation meant to get a lot of currency out of you, while also putting you in putting your freedom at risk of having your freedom taken from you. But first, they want to get as much currency out of you as possible with some type of scamming and scheming. A lot of color law violations has been committed here too, especially by an extortionist with the King of Pentacles reverse. There's been some major color law violations that was committed. That's going to better to prove to this energy right here that you was, these individuals failed to keep you from harm. For some of you, this could have led up to a false arrest that could have took place. This wasn't a legitimate arrest. They didn't have anything on you when it comes to a situation. I don't have the Eight of Swords here, but the Justice and the Ace of Swords, that's all about the truth what shall prevail. And the truth's going to come out unexpectedly that you may not be expecting to happen because of something being done repetitively with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. But it has no other choice but for the truth to surface. Let's go ahead and get a closing message. Closing message. Eight of Wands again. What's the closing message? Closing message is the Nine of Wands, reverse, Nine of Fire, reverse. The Hermit again, Virgo energy. Queen of Fire, reverse. This ain't going too well this ain't going to go over too well for a Queen of Fire, reverse. Queen of Wands, reverse. Four of Fire. Eight of Swords, reverse. Six of Cups, reverse. The Fool, reverse, Aquarius energy. Queen of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. The Two of Fire. The Patient Man, reverse again, Pisces energy. The Hierophant, reverse, Taurus energy. This is a corrupt situation here that ain't going to go how somebody expects it to go. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Queen of Air reversed. Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune's in the upright. And you have the Three of Pentacles. Someone's still trying to engage in a lot of corrupt acts here in order to avoid with the Eight of Swords energy. Someone's still hell-bent on trying to manipulate some narrative here. And there's two queens in reverse. A Queen of Fire reverse and a Queen of Air reverse. Be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Both of these cards are reversed, and you have a Queen of Pentacles in the upright. They're trying to do everything in their power to avoid this Eight of Swords energy. All because they got the power and the resources to do that, huh? I'm getting this could be on a higher level analyzation right now. Powers may have to get involved, some feds may have to get involved to correct this issue. Because there's some authority figures that ain't doing their job the right way with the Hierophant reverse. Why am I getting that there's a slight possibility that the FBI may have to get involved? They may already be involved and seeing that this is corrupt, and they're going to have to intervene. This is connected to a business being ran in order to try to have you falsely accused, to get you in trouble, to keep on running setups up on you. While originally this person ain't being held accountable like they should be. Well, I'm not getting the feds may have to intervene, or may be in the process of intervening because of an Ace of Pentacles reverse, the Eight of Fire reverse. Okay, so this could be pertaining to two things here, or a few things. One of it is this is being delayed way too much with the Eight of Wands reverse. And the second thing here is conversations could have been intercepted. And it may have this on this situation that you're not behind a bunch of conversations. This could be connected to a few burner devices, which would be phones that are easily discarded. There's something very significant about cellular tower data too, to see where these messages are being sent from. And ain't none of these messages coming from you. There's something very significant about cellular data, a tower, a cell tower. I'm not really going to get too specific on how they're able to transmit that data from the tower, but I'm kind of getting that very heavily with this Eight of Wands reverse. You're not behind any of these conversations, and whatever's being used with a burner device and all to try to get you in trouble, they was able to track that. Four of Pentacles reverse. This could have something to do with some physical surveillance tactics that could have took place. Not just by an electronic investigation, but also physical investigative tactics that could have been kind of on a ghost level. I'm not going to explain the details, but I feel it's safe enough for me to use my channeling abilities when it comes to like surface-based information, but not to give too much details. I refuse to do so. Four of Pentacles being in reverse. That means that this is connected to some type of money. Something could have been done on several burner devices that they was able to trace the data from cellular towers to obtain that data with the Eight of Wands reverse. And this is going to connect this to a possible earth sign or a fire sign. Nine of Wands reverse. So there's a lot of reversals here. So something's reversing. Wheel of Fortune reverses. I'm saying that. Another reversal. This could have been, if some of you out there has had to go to them for help and assistance because something wasn't being done right that was supposed to be stopped, this right here could be used against these individuals to obstruct your federal protection and your help. There's obstruction of justice on two different levels here. Obstruction of your state justice and federal justice. King of Swords. So that right there is a Fed in the upright position, which is a good sign. And this King of Swords has a lot of knowledge. This is not just one of them. There's a lot of knowledge on what's connected to this Wheel of Fortune reverse. Two of Swords. He knows that these individuals are trying to play as if they don't know anything. They're making a wrong decision. They're continuously making the wrong decisions and continuing to do something to delay a situation when it should not be delayed. The strength, there's heavy strength on this case. So if this is indeed for them to get involved with the situation, there's enough strength and enough probable cause for them actually to be involved and to intervene. Because once again, this is connected to delays. The Two of Pentacles reverse. This could be connected and related to some wire fraud. Two of Pentacles is all about the pentacles on, it looks like a rope, like a string. And the pentacles are supposed to go like back and forth. It's like a wire, a rope, a string. That right there would be connected to wire fraud. Because if you really look at the Two of Pentacles energy, with the pentacles being connected to that wire, it's going from one end to the other. That's a lot of wire fraud. There's money in reverse here too. The Hierophant upright. They're doing things by the book. They're not doing things in a corrupt manner. They're going to have to intervene in order for this corruption to end. Because these individuals that are connected to this Wheel of Fortune reverse are not doing their jobs the right way. And this has been verified to them. The psychic. Okay, so this could be related to a psychic. Or they may be using their intuitive powers to use their level of discernment when it comes to the situation. That these individuals have been engaged in this for a long time. To do this deliberately to you in order to have you tangled up in something that you really don't need to be involved in. You don't even deserve to be in a legality situation from the start. To start with. Queen of Pentacles. This is connected to a Queen of Pentacles reverse. You remember how we seen this so-called in the upright position? It's connected to our earth sign. Could be a Taurus in regards to a Taurus, related to a Taurus. Or just a very bullheaded energy that don't want to change. And this individual is refusing to be held accountable. And these higher ups know about it. Ten of Swords reverse. They're not wanting to pin anything back off on the original perpetrator that's behind doing this to you. Ace of Fire. And they're very passionate about taking action. What it looks like. Ten of Pentacles reverse. Gold. So this is connected to an illegal business being ran in your name. Temperance reverse. Yeah. These individuals are not going to be protected through this situation. It's also been verified to them that these individuals have illegal protection from conflict of interest, manipulating their resources, and relentlessly trying to get in the way to discredit you from receiving federal help and assistance. With this, that's supposedly used as credibility in order to discredit you when it comes to your reports. Because if this was to come back on a background, if they was to look into what is being done to you on a local level, wherever you may reside in that, this is going to come back as false reports. So whoever is connected to this business has been doing things in order to try to discredit you. That way they can rack up things over time and eventually have you done dirty with a situation. So therefore, whenever they look at this, that right there could discredit you. Nope. This could be related to a situation in regards to these individuals targeting a psychic like that. Could be a Pisces, don't have to be. We have Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus. The main reason why they're involved because there's some an illegal business that has been tracked down and identified, and it's linking it right back to an earth sign female. And this individual was supposed to get you in trouble with authority figures that was assisting this individual in doing this type of behavior. Clarify this. What is it about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse? King of Pentacles reverse. So this is two individuals here. That could be a couple. This Queen of Pentacles reverse is connected to extortionists. Connected to some corrupt officials. Or this could also be somebody that they may be involved with the King of Pentacles reverse. That's crazy how this card is coming up in reverse too. So give me an overall energy. Why would they have to get involved and intervene? The Eight of Pentacles reverse again. Because you are a victim of a scam. I'm going to tell you where the scammer's at. Right here. They're refusing to hold this female accountable for what she has been doing with a hell of a lot of finances. A lot of financial fraud has been committed. A lot of crimes have been committed. A lot of illegal illicit activities have been committed. And this has been delaying you for a long time. And they know that you're a victim of a scam. For some of you out there, they are going to take care of this matter for some of you. From the way it looks here, from the way the energy is. It may have took a long time for this to come to a full closure and the ending. But from the way it looks and the way the energy feels, they're going to have to intervene. Because these individuals are refusing to hold this individual accountable for what they have been doing to you and to other people related to an illegal business here with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. And you have been a victim of multiple scams taking place connected to this individual that has been doing that to you. And are also connected and related to an extortionist with the King of Pentacles reverse. Like I said, there's a lot of coercion. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles reverse. And they also know that these individuals ain't doing their job the right way either with the Eight of Pentacles reverse. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles reverse. Why would they have to intervene? Because of the Nine of Air reverse. Another reversal. So this negative situation can be resolved in a fair, balanced manner. Because this is meant to psychologically torture you, to slow you down, and to relentlessly bring you through a lot of negativity, unnecessary drama, negativity, and to have you tangled up in something that you really don't deserve to be involved in. The Four of Fire reverse, another reversal. Because of you being disapproved of a public setting in a community due to what has been done to you in regards that's connected to this situation. What has been done to you. This community or whatever neighborhood that you reside in that are being disapproved by the higher ups because of this being done to you. And these individuals not doing their job the right way to make something right for you on a legality level. We have the Knight of Pentacles. That's all about perseverance, patience. Things may be at a standstill. Clarify that. The Knight of Swords reverse. Jack of Air reverse. There's some type of criminal activity being stopped in its tracks. Something will no longer proceed to go any further. And if this individual is looking to have people manipulate legal proceedings for them in order for something to go in their favor, they're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. So the higher ups got some information on these individuals making sure that something could go in this individual's favor with manipulating legalities. This gonna come back to two queens reverse. Queen of Wands and a Queen of Swords reverse. That's connected to this individual right here. Ain't going in their favor. Ain't going in their favor. They're going to make sure this don't go in this Queen of Pentacles reverse's favor. What it sounds like to me. They want to do you dirty like that? And you legitimately and genuinely ask the higher-ups for help with a situation because of something being done to you financially and trying to get you in trouble, and you've been telling the truth, they're not going to let somebody go down because of these individuals grouping up together to help this one person out to avoid accountability. They're going to go to prison for that, what it looks like. Good. This individual will not continuously be getting away with upsetting you and having these individuals not hold them accountable. That's bullshit. Give me one final confirmation on why would the higher ups feds get involved. It's definitely related to an illegal business. With the Ten of Pentacles reverse, something that was being done to you financially. They may have a lot of evidence on that. These individuals are trying to deliberately obstruct your justice on a state and federal level. And they're not, it look like to me they're not going to let that happen. The Hierophant again. The feds are doing things by the book, bro. This is the ones that you could trust that's not corrupt. They have to do things by the book. And with this situation, they have also been able to prove and things are not being done through rules and regulations that are a violation of their titles, codes, and sections when it comes to these improper procedures. And there's also abuse of due process that have been discovered too. Throughout these individuals analyzing the situation, what it looks like. 9 of air. The 8 of cups. Because you deserve to walk away. Someone that's innocent from all that's being done to them deserves to walk away fully. The Ace of Swords reversed because they know that these individuals are making a wrong decision continuously. Relentlessly trying to oppress you with a situation. Trying to oppress the truth from coming out with a whole bunch of fabrication of color law violations. 2 of air again. This is why they're having to get involved. Because this is a very stressful situation upon you that has had to go through this for no reason due to a lot of lies. Perjury too. They're also involved because of your civil rights being obstructed and this individual being found guilty of perjury. King of Swords again. In the upright position again. The devil. They're investigating a human trafficking situation. Some of you out there has been identified to be a victim of human trafficking, and there was also people that was being victimized and trafficked through a situation that's connected to this Queen of Pentacles reverse, and other people that's connected to her. Ace of Pentacles. Message of Earth reverse. This could have had something to do with youngins that was also being victimized in regards to the situation. That would be the Page of Pentacles reverse. Message of Earth. King of Pentacles reversed again, showing itself again. This is an extortionist that is refusing to hold this individual accountable. Like I said, this is connected to a whole bunch of coercion or fraud. Whoever the higher ups are that's involved with the situation and making sure that this is made right within the innocent person that should not be done this way, thank you very much for your service. It's hard to come by in these times, especially when you got somebody out there that's not bothering anybody. And you got a whole bunch of individuals that are grouping up together in order to try to have this specific person discredited because they don't have any help. They don't have any family members, no friends, no people that are willing to support them. But from the looks of it here, they could have been just a few of them. Could have been 1 or 2 of them that didn't turn their back on the situation. And that right there was divine intervention on God's behalf. God's behalf. And whoever these higher up officials are that's in federal law is greatly appreciated for your service. Especially with this energy right here. It's a very calm, compassionate energy. That may take some time to analyze, but they're not going to sit there and ignore the details of a situation. They're going to pay attention to details. They listen. They listen. They listen, and there may be an awkward moment of silence. So some people may accuse it of being an awkward moment of silence, but it's not. That means that something needs to be analyzed without any type of distractions when it comes to the situation. Sometimes you need of air of mystery or silence to get down to the bottom of something. The King of Cups. Okay, so the final closing message of a confirmation why they may have to intervene and get involved is because this is a very stressful, distressing situation upon somebody. And these individuals are relentlessly making the wrong decision by lying on somebody when it comes to a lot of toxicity and a lot of X-rated stuff involving trafficking with the devil. And these individuals are connected to doing this repetitively to this individual. And there's also been these individuals right here that's been taken advantage of on a financial level and also being used as a weaponization against this person. 6 of Swords. There's something that could have guided them. There's also something about difference of locations. You could have been in a different location, or this could have followed you across state lines. If some of you has ever relocated with the 6 of Swords energy. So the minute that you travel on let's say if you get on the interstate, right? You may be within that state's jurisdiction, but this is the way I interpret it. Now, hear me out. This is my personal observation on when it comes to U.S. jurisdictional law, which would be federal law. The minute you cross state lines and you get on that interstate, that right there would be considered traveling internationally. That's the way I look at it, because once you set your GPS, if you're going out of state, you traveling out of state, you drive past over the state lines, that right there is going to be federal law jurisdiction, the U.S. I would consider that to be international traveling, because you're not in the same state once you cross over the state lines. So therefore, you are in multiple states. That's a double state. It's not just one state, you have state. What you think the United States mean? It's plural with an S on the end. Even if you just go to another state, you are still traveling over the state lines. And if some of you out there has relocated, even if it's just a state away or a few states away, I would consider this to be traveling internationally. And the way that these individuals are trying to do you wrong with a situation is relentlessly trying to have you on some watch lists when it comes to other authority figures in that local jurisdiction within that city limits in a different state, to try to sit there and to think that they have some probable cause to continue with a fraudulent investigation. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. Even though it's not the local's fault, they're just going based off of what is on the background check. And this right here is a bunch of bullshit. Especially when it involves youngins. No, they ain't taking this lightly at all, bro. No, they're not. Because some of these individuals possibly do, in fact, have evidence of, if some of you have indeed relocated, some of you may have not have relocated, but if you did, in fact, relocate, or you had to get away for some time, it was found to be you being victimized crossing over the state lines, which what I would consider to be international traveling. Therefore, you are part of the U.S. jurisdiction. And there's other foreign corporations trying to illegally oppress you of your rights to travel freely, to impeding on your rights, which would be deprivation of your rights under Title 18, USC Section 242. Now, keep in mind, it's not all the locals' fault why this is being done to you. They're just going based off of what they may have on a background check, okay? Now, once again, I'm not a legal advisor. There is a disclaimer in the description box below. I'm just going based off what I'm channeling intuitively, and I do have a lot of legal knowledge. I studied federal law for quite some time, and with the titles and sections here, this is definitely deprivation of your rights under Title 18 USC Section 242, especially when you travel internationally across the states to get away from a situation. These individuals are relentlessly sitting there lying on you even when you're traveling. Having this continuously follow you over the state line, which will end up in federal jurisdiction. And if this was being done within different states or multiple things being done over the cyber to commit cyber crime, that would have enough legitimate probable cause for the cyber task force to get involved to collect evidence over the cyber, which would be the internet. Eight of Swords reverse. They're having to get involved because you're not going to be going to prison or jail. And they're also getting involved because these individuals are refusing to hold this individual accountable to put them where they deserve to be. But this is also going to be able to free you from the situation with the Eight of Swords reverse. The Moon reverse. You know what this is giving me the vibes of? Some ritualistic practice taking place. There's some ritualistic practices that was taking place involving illusions, sacrifices, a lot of underhanded deception. Underhanded dodgy business deals has also gotten exposed with the Moon reverse. This could also have something in regards to somebody at a long distance that was being victimized of the situation. That may be related to a sham marriage. Something about a sham marriage with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Something was being done to somebody in a marriage at a long distance. That's crossing over the state lines. That could be several estates away. Could be 2 to 3 to 8 to 9 different states away. The Lovers and the Knight of Cups energy. The main reason why they're having to get involved because they know that you're a loving person, you're a genuine individual, and you're not about to have your character defamated due to what these individuals have been doing to you. And if you look at the King of Swords right here, that King of Swords is disarming these lies that has been done to a possible masculine. Or could be a feminine. I'm getting heavy on the masculine energy here. That's a genuine person. They're disarming a whole bunch of lies that are connected to a situation that's meant to harm this individual's reputation and to harm their freedom. But these individuals are not going to let this individual's freedom be harmed because of what is being connected to the situation with something that's crossing state lines jurisdiction. Clarify that. Seven of Swords. They also know about identity theft here, too, with the Seven of Swords energy. Seven of Air. Something very significant about identity theft. Clarify that. Three of Cups. So this is connected within a few people that could have been using that. But anyways, this is what I have for the reading, y'all. For them to intervene is because something ain't being done by the book. And these individuals are refusing to hold the person that was involved with this doing this to you accountable. And since they're refusing to do so, they're going to look like to me they're intervening to set you free. So you don't have to deal with all this anymore. Because these individuals are being connected to something else that's crossing over the state lines. But anyways, this is what I have for the current energy and reading for tonight. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button. Donations link will be in the description box below. Thank y'all very much for y'all love and support and donations. Peace.